Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, this is Enduring Daddy, and today we're going to be looking at the GoPro Hero 10. So some of you will have watched my GoPro Hero 10 speculation, is it worth the wait video, talking about whether or not it's worth holding out for the Hero 10 when actually the Hero 9 was at a pretty good value at the time, and I made the decision that because I'm a bit of a geek and I like tech, I'd hold out and wait for the Hero 10, and today it arrived. Today is Monday. I actually ordered it about an hour after the 2 o'clock release on Thursday. I paid the extra to get 1 to 2 day shipping and received notification from UPS that it was going to be delivered on Saturday in time for my race on Sunday, which I will do a follow-up video on in the coming days, but unfortunately that UPS notification was incorrect and it was delivered this morning. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at what's in the box, having a look at some of the extras that I got with the bundle, and having a look at some of the feature improvements that have come out with the Hero 10. So stick around. So I ordered the Hero 10 bundle, and within the bundle you get the mini mount, you also get the clip mount and a spare battery, as well as the case that the later GoPros have all come with to keep that in. You also get a 32 gig memory card. I also went out and bought a spare 128 gig memory card, and it's absolutely blown my mind just how cost effective storage is these days for these action cameras. That 128 gig A2, so a higher grade than the 32 gig that came from GoPro, was $19.99 on Amazon, and I'll stick that in the link below. But you can also get the 256 gig, but obviously, as I said in my previous video, there comes a point where actually if you start putting too much storage in these cameras, then you're not sort of load balancing that risk of losing a card or a card failing on you and losing just some of your footage versus losing all of your. Let's have a look at what comes in the GoPro Hero 10 box. This is the GoPro Hero 10. It is the special bundle, so the retail bundle. As I said before, it comes with the mini tripod and the clip adapter and a spare battery. So let's see if we can get into it. Usually try and avoid completely destroying the packaging, but nonetheless it comes with this solid hard shell case. So we'll bin that cardboard. Before we do, obviously some of the key feature upgrades, so upgrading to 23 megapixels, 5.3K at 60 frames a second and 4K at 120 frames a second. Obviously that was highly anticipated and speculated of the GoPro Hero 10. 33 feet to 10 meter submersible, and it has been upgraded to that GP2 processor from the predecessing GP1. It also comes with the new 4.0 hyper smooth and the 3.0 time warp capability that the GoPro Hero 9 was known and loved for, which supposedly has increased it somewhat. The other key thing to note about the GoPro Hero 10 is actually it's the same form factor as the GoPro Hero 9. Aesthetically, obviously you can tell the difference between the 9 and the 10 because the 9 has the white GoPro branding on the front of it, whereas the 10 is blue. But from a mod standpoint, an addition standpoint, those accessories from the 9 do in the most part translate to the 10. However, there are a couple of software updates required for things like the max lens that are not going to be out for the next couple of months, so they say. So let's have a look inside the box. Obviously the first time I've opened this, so very excited. So first and foremost, you've got the instruction manual, i.e. how to charge it, how to take the batteries out. You've also got those GoPro stickers that GoPro are synonymous with giving everybody that buys one of their cameras. You've got the general instruction manual. Your camera must be updated before you can use it. Good to know. So within the box we have 2 batteries. Obviously one that would come with the GoPro as standard and another that comes as part of that special bundle. So 2 batteries. You've also got that magnetic clip mount. So that is completely magnetic, and therefore you can clip it or stick it, and obviously that then swivels as well, so that you can literally hold it against anything metal and record from a static position. You've also got within here the standard mounts, so a low one and a raised one, the thumb screws, and a female adapter for those mounts, a curved version. I believe for the flat version you do need to buy that as a separate accessory, but obviously that's self-adhesive for things like helmets. I have one on my motorbike helmet. And within here you have that mini mount. Wow, it's a lot smaller than I was expecting it to be. So this in itself is a tripod. So that will sit just like that. It also, within it, has an extendable pole as a selfie stick and a nice heavy duty metal thumb screw. And then you've obviously got the camera itself. So the camera is fairly weighty actually. Obviously I'm very much used to using the old Hero Sessions 4, but this is quite a lot bigger, obviously, because it's not a Hero Sessions. So camera, front screen, removable lens cover, back screen. Camera must be updated before you can use it. They're very, very hot on that, evidently. Telling you twice. Capture button, the battery window, and the mode button. This is a drain for the mic, so if you do go using this camera underwater, it has the capability of actually draining that water from the microphone out through this outlet, i.e. allowing you better audio in a shorter period of time if you're using it as a underwater camera. And you've also got these flip out mount connectors, meaning that actually in a situation where you've got this in a floaty from GoPro, a little case, or a protective case, that those outlets don't get in the way. So the case is pretty cool actually. Holds everything that I could need it to in a nice hard protective case, and obviously that nicely will go into a rucksack when you're going on holiday. You've also got charging cable, obviously don't want to lose that. So I mean it's not too dissimilar to what you get with a DJI drone or other sort of DJI products, in that it's a hard shell, obviously gives you the ability to add accessories. So if I wanted to include my SD card, I can slot those into that mesh lining, and then good to go on holiday or on any travel adventures. So first and foremost, we need to put a battery inside it. That pops out like that. That slots in
just like that. Fantastic. Camera is on. These horrible sticky labels. Okay, so English. Oh, touchscreen. Completely forgot about that. How exciting. Greater terms of use.
There's that 32 gig SanDisk Extreme SD card that came with the bundle.
I wonder if there's a knack to which way around these have to go in, because it's a bit like toast falling on the floor. It's always the wrong way around. English. I agree. Location settings on. GoPro must be updated before you can use it. Leave it on and start the GoPro Quick app to pair and continue.
Right. As I'm recording this on my mobile phone and I need my mobile phone to run the GoPro Quick app, I will be right back. So as you can see, that's now the update complete, and within this window here, let me just move the charging cable out of the way. As you can see, that's now the preview. What I would say is I started with this battery. It's impossible to discern between which one was coming with the GoPro and which one came as part of the bundle, but that didn't have enough battery to run the update. That one had enough battery to run the update, supposedly 20%, but is now at 9%, and I've literally just finished that update. So not sure what the battery life is going to be like, but obviously this button on the side allows you to switch between video, photo and time-lapse at pretty easy intervals. My understanding is, and obviously you can see there, that battery percentage is now increased somewhat based on the mode that you are in. So 7% as video, 7%, 19% sorry, as photo, and 19% as time warp or time lapse. You've also got obviously that front view camera, and there is me and my phone recording this for you. And on that front view camera, you have the amount of time left on the SD card, the battery, and the settings in terms of time warp, picture quality, capture mode, and angle width available there as well. I've got to spend a bit of time now getting my head around the settings, but let's talk a bit more about initial observations and some of the features of the GoPro Hero 10. So from an initial observation standpoint, it's a pretty solid piece of kit. It's fairly robust. What I will say is, first and foremost, that battery window is a bit stiff to get into, so you have to pull down that little clip and then it pops out. That little clip, I felt a little bit like I was going to break it when I first pulled that down. Now, obviously, I've not had a Hero 9, so I'm not sure whether or not that's a similar feature. I should imagine it's probably, because aesthetically they're exactly the same camera, more or less. It's probably exactly the same. So those moving from Hero 9 to Hero 10 probably won't find that too much of a change. But as an example from the ancient GoPro that I've got, it's literally just a little tiny clip and it pops out. So a bit different. I should imagine it's probably to increase the waterproofing and the sort of seal within the camera. Front facing window, front facing screen, really cool, really useful for obviously positioning. Now my plan longer term is to use this as my day-to-day vlogging, I suppose you could say, camera. So I will be looking at ordering the media mod and then probably an additional external microphone for any filming indoors. I know these are inherently bad in low light and therefore indoor filming, so we will see how that goes. From a touchscreen functionality, I know there were a lot of complaints about the touchscreen capabilities on the Hero 9 and the sort of lag. When you press the screen, you have to press it multiple times. Actually, even with my fat, cumbersome fingers, it's pretty tactful in terms of I touch it and it changes almost immediately. So overall, I'm pretty excited to get out and start filming with this. From a feature standpoint, as I said before, 5.3K at 60 frames a second, 4K at 120 frames a second, so obviously that uptick from 60 frames a second with the Hero 9, 23 megapixel camera, the Time Warp 3.0 and the Stabilization 4.0, which is going to be incredible, because if you look at some of the footage that I used the GoPro Hero sessions on when I was out running or cycling, it's very sort of motion sickness inducing. It's that bad. So really intrigued to see how this fares on the bike and on the run, along the trails, etc. So again, shame it wasn't here yesterday so that I could have used it at the Dorney Lake Triathlon. Once again, I will be doing a overview video of the Dorney Lake Triathlon, including my training up until, the kit I used, and then a sort of stage by stage of the race itself, and up and coming videos on my thoughts of the initial usage of the GoPro Hero 10 when I first take it out and give it a try. So once again, thank you so much for joining. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here and you fancy following my endurance aspiration journey and some of the challenges that I am inevitably going to undertake in the coming months, and I do have a few planned, then please hit subscribe. And if you want to see where it all began, I'll stick that video up here. If you want to hear all about my triathlon plans, then I'll stick that video down here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.